We're studying elapsed time in math right now. Elapsed time is how much time goes by. So you can know two things and then you're solving the third thing. For example, you can know what time you start doing something and you can know what time you end doing something, but you might need to figure out the elapsed time in between. You could know these two components and have to figure out the end time, your start and elapsed. Or you could even know how much time went by and your end time and try to figure out the start time. So I'll show you three different ways, all three combinations. Why do we use a number line to solve elapsed time problems? Well, first of all, you can't carry a clock around wherever you go, but you can carry a piece of paper and pencil. Number one, and number two, it's just kind of a nice way to think about it as time progresses, and eventually if you practice enough, you will be able to do it in your head. So let's start with our 3:20 time. Let's pretend that we are going to the beach at 3:20 in the afternoon, and our end time is 8:50. I know, we're going to be at the beach for a long time. So let's see what happens. Now I'm going to count my circles. I'm going to make circles for hours and then little half circles for minutes to show the difference. Because if I make a circle like this, that represents 60 full minutes all the way around the clock. So 3:20 plus an hour is 4:20. 4:20 plus an hour is 5:20. Add another hour and you get 6:20, 7:20. I can do another one. It won't make me go past my 8:50 there, so that's good. 8:20. But I'm getting close to 8:50 now. I don't want to do another hour. If I add another hour, it'll be how much? 9:20. Yeah, and that would make it go too far. So I'm going to switch to my 5-minute marks now. I'm just going to count up until I get 8:50. You know what? I'm going to move this 8:50 over a little bit. Sometimes you have to do that if you don't space your hours up well enough. Let's see if this works now. 8:25, 8:30, 8:35, 8:40, 8:45, 8:50. Perfect. Let's see how many loops I made. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I could just do 6 times 5 if I know my 5 facts, or I could count by 5s. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. So that's 30 minutes right there. And then these hours, you just count the hours. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So my final answer is 5 hours and 30 minutes. That's how long I was at the beach. Okay, let's try a different kind of problem. Let's try a problem where you know your start time. Let's do a start time of 1:15. And this time we know our elapsed time too. We're going to go 4 hours and 55 minutes. And we don't know our end time this time. Let's see if we can still do it the same way. Here's 1:15. We don't know our end time, so we're going to leave it blank over there. And we'll just count up. 4 hours and 55 minutes. 1 hour would be 2:15. Another hour would be 3:15. That's 2 hours. We need 2 more hours. Another hour would be 4:15. And another hour would be 5:15. Okay, so we've got our 4 hours now. And it's 5:15. Now we have to add 55 minutes. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55. So that's going to be where we stop. Now we just have to start with 5:15 and add on. Now watch out. we're going to get to the point where we hit 6 o'clock. 6 o'clock is the same thing as 5 o'clock with 60 minutes after that. So watch what happens. Here's 5:15, 5:20, 5:25, 5:30, 5:35, 5:40, 5:45, 5:50, 5:55, 5:60. Oop, but we don't say 5:60, we say 6 o'clock. 6:05, 6:10. There's our end time. 6:10 p.m. And that's exactly right. So, we've done start time and end time, trying to find the elapsed time. We've done start time and elapsed time, tried to find the end time. Now, let's take away the start time and try to solve for that. Okay, so let's say we have a party and it ends at 7:30. The party lasted for 3 hours and 45 minutes. What time did the party start? This time we're going to start. We could go 7:30 and go backward by 5, but I would actually start with 3:55 and move up to 7:30, because then you can find the difference between the two. So here's 3:45. Here's 7:30. And let's find the difference. I know we're not finding the elapsed time here, but what you can do is like a subtraction problem. 7:30 minus 3:45 is the same thing as something plus 3:45. So here we go. 1 hour would make it 4:45. Another hour would make it 5:45. 3 hours would make it 6:45. Now watch out. Should I do another hour? No. If I do another hour, if I add another hour, it'll be 7:45, and that'll go past the number line endpoint mark there. We do not want to do that, so instead we're going to count by our 5-minute marks until we get to 7:30. 6:50, 6:55, 7 o'clock, because it's not 6:60, it's 7 o'clock. 7:05, 7:10, 7:15, 7:20, 7:25, 7:30. Perfect, right on the nail. So now let's just add up our 5-minute increments here. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45. This is 45 minutes here, and this is 3 hours. So if that's the case, then this is 3:45 p.m. That's when it started, and it just so happened to last 3 hours and 45 minutes. That's a long party. Hope that helps you with elapsed time. Remember to bring your paper and pencil, and you can do a number line wherever you are.